Poco X4 has been in the lab for just about 3 weeks, and I really wanted to take my time before just rushing a video out or pushing a video out because this is a really special device. It's a device that has a, crazy value in terms of the price to performance. So like I said, I wanted to take my time, really get acquainted with this device so I could bring that coverage to you all. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. This is Poco X4. Now, I feel the best place to start with this particular device is going to be the unboxing experience. So when you unbox a Poco X4, you're going to be greeted to not just the cable, which that's what we're used to here in the States, but you're also going to find a 67-watt wired charger, which is, able to charge the phone anywhere between 0 to 100% fully in just over 40 minutes. So keep that in mind. For $350, you're not just getting a cable, you're also getting a charger. Poco also wants to sweeten the deal by throwing in just a clear silicone case. Now, while this case isn't going to win any awards, it's not a Kadabi sheath or a D-brand grip or anything like that, it can definitely serve you as a placeholder until you actually get the case that you want. A lot of the times these cases go on pre-order, and I've heard a ton of horror stories how consumers waiting for their their case to come off backlog or whatever the case may be. They're waiting for their, case that they're going to rock on the daily, and they have an accident with the device. So that could be catastrophic. You now got to go through your whole warranty claim and all that other stuff. That's if you bought a warranty on the device. So having something like a case in the box is definitely something I think is taking a step in the right direction, and more manufacturers should follow suit. You don't have to include the most expensive case, but just include something. Next up, I want to talk design, and I can already tell you right off the bat, for $350, you're getting a pretty amazing package. Now, most of the phone, if research serves me correctly, is made out of plastic, which at $350, I think you should 100% expect that. But let me tell you guys, 110%, the phone doesn't feel super light, in terms of almost feeling like a cheap toy. This feels solid. You kind of have like this faux kind of metallic back that kind of gives off that nice shine depending on how you hold it in the light. And in my opinion, it looks amazing, especially for $350. It feels solid. It feels stable. It doesn't feel, like I said, too heavy, almost like a tank. And it doesn't feel too light in regards to feeling cheap, like a toy or something like that. It feels great. It feels solid and substantial. Now, switching gears, and let's talk about the top of the device, because I think that there's something there interesting that we definitely want to talk about, and that's going to be the headphone jack. So as you can see, Poco did fit a headphone jack here on this particular device. And not just the headphone jack, which obviously is going to be a crowd pleaser for a ton of consumers who, want to still use wired audio or whatever the situation may be. But they also have not one speaker here at the top, but also a bottom firing one here at the bottom as well. So you're getting stereo speakers at this price point too. $350, and you're getting Dolby Atmos tuned speakers. This device just eeks and screams value. Now I want to go ahead and take it to the side of this particular device. You got your volume rocker here, and then here you have a pretty awesome fingerprint sensor that doubles as the power button. Now this power button fingerprint sensor combo has one more trick up its sleeves, and that's that you can actually assign gestures to tapping the fingerprint sensor. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what I mean. If I double tap, you can see it launches the camera. Now, a lot of people might say, well, you can just, double press the power button on other devices, which is true. What you have to keep in mind is you're causing more wear on that button every time you push it. Now, while most of us upgrade phones, every year, every few years or whatever, there are consumers who like to literally, have a device and ride that device until the wheels fall off. It doesn't work anymore. So for those type of consumers, having a double tap, especially with it being that responsive, is going to be awesome. It's going to prolong the life of that particular button. And also the gesture is just super responsive, and you can see that there. The fingerprint sensor as a whole is super responsive. And this is from someone coming from the Z Fold 3's fingerprint sensor, which already felt really, really responsive. This feels just as good, if not slightly better and slightly faster. I haven't had any accidents with it not registering. Everything has been super smooth and fluid in terms of getting that gesture to work for the camera. No issues at all. Like I said, this is an awesome device in terms of that fingerprint sensor and the biometrics. I'm also feeling the haptics. Obviously, at this price point, they're not going to be the best haptics on any device, but they're definitely not bad by any means. And it's just crazy to me that for $350, you're getting a device that not just focuses on, trying to nail down the spec sheet, but you're also getting a device that also takes those small quality of life features seriously. Next up, let's go ahead and talk performance. Now, the Poco X4 is running the Dimensity 8100 chipset, which again, if research serves me correct, is like right in between the Snapdragon 870 and the Snapdragon 888. So you're definitely getting flagship level performance for a fourth of the cost. I honestly think the best praise that I can give to this particular device in terms of performance has to be the fact that I was able to just throw in a SIM card, download like my emulators and my games, and just play them. I didn't think, well, this device is hesitating here or lagging here or hiccuping here. It didn't. It literally felt like I was using my normal S22 Ultra or my Pixel 6 Pro. And I think that that's just a testament to how well this device performs. If I can literally just throw in a SIM card and use it like I would any other premium flagship device, and it handles that workload with no problem, what more can I ask for? What more performance can I ask for? Things like moving throughout the user interface, you can see is super smooth and super fluid. Absolutely no issues. MIUI, I got to test it last year with the Xiaomi Mi 11. Has been one of my favorite skins because it combines a great feature set in terms of like customization and being able to personalize the device while also maintaining a nice, smooth and fluid experience at the same time, which other manufacturers still haven't been able to nail down to this day. So shout out to Poco for, like I said, taking it serious. You can have the best performing chipset, but if you don't optimize your device for performance, you're not really going to get anywhere. Next up, I want to cover the camera situation on this device. So you are going to walk away with a triple camera setup. The camera lens here is actually a 2 megapixel macro. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of it. I do feel like it's just Poco trying to throw an extra camera lens on there to kind of sweeten the spec sheet a bit and just say it has triple cameras, because technically it does. But the main focus of the cameras that I used was the normal wide and then also the ultra wide. Now, the ultra wide is definitely nothing to write home about. This price point, I wasn't expecting it to be, class leading or anything like that. But what I can say is photos and video from the main sensor definitely surprised me with the device at this price point. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the best, and there's probably going to be other options in this price category that can get you better photos. But I think for what you're paying and everything else that you get with this device overall, the camera set definitely impressed me. I'll make sure I go ahead and flash some samples of some video and photos. That way you guys can judge for yourself. But like I said, for $350, I was more than impressed with the output from that main camera sensor. Here's some footage of the Poco stabilization, going down these stairs at a pretty normal pace and just trying to see how good the stabilization is. Then we can go out here. And it also even includes a lot of the photo modes that you're going to be used to if you've used, Xiaomi devices or MIUI devices of the past. You're going to get things like Pro mode. You got a document scanner here. You got your video mode, portrait, night mode, and then obviously you have more, and you have all of these other extra camera modes and features there too. So like I said, definitely quite a bit in terms of, camera modes and camera performance and things like that. I honestly wasn't expecting this device to impress me in terms of the camera at all. I was kind of ready to discount it as that's where Poco made their compromise, but I must say, like, it's honestly not that bad of a camera system. Now, moving on to the last thing I wanted to cover, I tend to like to leave the best for last, and that's the battery life. Now, battery life on this device absolutely impressed me to no ends. I gotta say, when you have a full HD panel, when you have a processor that, while being powerful, isn't the most power hungry, and you include a 5080 milliamp hour battery, that has to be a formula or a recipe for success. And I can definitely say Poco delivers in that regard. Not only was it super tough on me to kill this particular device in a day, if I did ever find myself, killing the device or whatever the case may be, I could literally just use either the 67-watt charger that comes in the box. I also have 60 other 67-watt chargers as well that I could use with this particular device. And in, I would say, 40 minutes or a little over 40 minutes, I was able to be right back up to 100%. So this is definitely a device where I could say you could literally not charge overnight. When you're getting up in the morning and getting ready, put it on the charger, and by the time you're finished getting ready and about to walk out your door, you're gonna be at 100%. I'm always willing to kind of, forgive maybe, suboptimal or kind of meh battery life if you're giving me fast charging to charge it back up fast, right? But with this particular device, you're honestly getting both. You're getting good, battery endurance, and you're also getting super fast charging. So shout out to Poco for making sure that they optimize, for battery performance and giving that, faster charge rate in terms of the charger in the box as well. So those were my thoughts on the Poco X4. And like I said, I have to look at this device differently. I think the analysis or the conversation we have with these type of, flagship killers or just price considerate devices that offer this much in terms of value has to change. We have to stop looking at it from the perspective of what it doesn't have and look at what it brings to the table for that price point. I could easily say, this device isn't going to perform as good as the S22 Ultra or my Pixel 6 Pro in the camera department. I could easily say that. But I also have to make sure I say in the same breath that for a fourth of the cost of the S22 Ultra, I'm getting a device that in terms of performance is getting me about 85 to 90% of what the S22 Ultra is capable of doing. And that, if you're a tech enthusiast, even if this is not a device that you would rock daily, should definitely excite you. It's a device that, any user could pick up and get a premium flagship experience in terms of the performance for literally a fourth of the cost. That is astounding and amazing. So I'm definitely excited to check out more of these kind of devices. If you're interested in these kind of devices, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'm telling you, that's going to be a focus going forward. Again, shout out to the mystery loaner of the Poco X4. Couldn't have made this video without you. Thank you again for the opportunity. But that's going to do it for the video today, guys. As always, this is Ike's Tech Talk. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks as always for watching. Peace.